Inflation has unexpectedly slowed. In August, CPI dipped to 3.3%. That's from 3.5% in July. Economists polled by Reuters had predicted that inflation would edge up to 3.6% during the month. The latest reading puts inflation closer to the Reserve Bank's new anchor of 3% and comes as the Monetary Policy Committee is due to deliver its decision on interest rates tomorrow. Most economists are of the opinion that the MPC will keep its repo rate unchanged at 7%. South Africa's growth outlook has dimmed. Moody's expects the economy to grow by less than 1.5% annually over the next 2 years. That's well below the near 5% forecast for sub-Saharan Africa. Moody's shared that outlook in a recent report on the region, saying the external growth environment has become less favorable than in its previous outlook. It's added that the outlook could improve if governments strengthened tax collection, managed debt more effectively, and regained affordable access to global markets. Momentum has delivered record earnings in the year ended June. Normalized headline earnings per share shot up 46% at R4.51 during the period. The Financial Services Group attributes the jump to its diversified portfolio and the disciplined execution of its impact strategy. A final dividend of 90 cents per share has been declared. That brings the total for the year to R1.75, which is an increase of 40% on last year's payout. Momentum says its targets for the 2027 financial year are achievable. It expects normalized headline earnings of R7 billion, return on equity of 20%, and a value of new business margin of between 1% and 2%. Transformational. That's how Supermarket Income REIT has described the past year. The firm has noted internalization as one of the key milestones during the period. It says this will deliver significant cost savings for the group and so help position the company for future growth. To that end, Supermarket Income REIT has increased its dividend target for 2026 to a minimum of 6.18 pence per share. Choppies has warned of a profit knock. The retailer says profit after tax for continuing operations is likely to be between 18% and 28% lower. The slump is due in part to the loss on sale of its Zimbabwean business and the cost of diesel to mitigate load shedding. More detail will be made available when the company opens its books on the 22nd of September. Shares in Metrofile have jumped. That's after shareholders received an offer of R3.25 per share from a special purpose company for their securities. The company will be delisted from the JSE when the deal is implemented. Orion Minerals has signed a non-binding term sheet with a unit of global miner Glencore for between $200 and $250 million in funding for its Priska copper zinc project. The deal includes an offtake agreement with Glencore to sell 100% of zinc and copper concentrates from the mine for a period ranging between 5 and 10 years. Orion will receive the funding in 2 tranches for the construction and commencement of early works at the mine, with the first drawdown targeted in November. The company says the first tranche of the funding will enable Orion to move swiftly into first production and first cash flow from the project. In international news, Chery Automobile, a prominent Chinese automaker, is set to launch a significant initial public offering in Hong Kong, aiming to raise up to $1.2 billion. This move marks the largest IPO in the city for 2025, demonstrating renewed confidence in Hong Kong's financial markets. Here's more detail in this package report.
Top Chinese auto exporter Chery is aiming to raise up to $1.2 billion in a Hong Kong IPO. That's according to a prospectus. It looks set to mark the city's largest such deal this year. Besides its namesake brand, Chery also owns numerous other car makers. That includes names like Omoda and Jaku, which are becoming well known in Western markets. Both have already launched in countries including the UK, where the Chery brand itself is also hitting showrooms. Pricing for the IPO is set to be announced on September 24th, with trading to begin a day later. It will be the largest such listing on the Hong Kong exchange this year, where capital market activity has been dominated by share sales from companies already listed in mainland China. The city's biggest listing of any kind this year was a secondary sale by Chinese battery giant CATL. Now Chery says it will use around a third of the proceeds from the sale to fund research and development and to expand its model lineup. Another quarter will specifically go on developing a next-generation vehicle.